the deadly duo, the heinous acts of Ung and Lake. Welcome to The Most Evil, where we delve into the minds of history's most notorious serial killers. In the 1980s, two men turned a remote cabin in California into a house of horrors. This is the chilling story of Charles Ung and Leonard Lake, a duo whose gruesome acts of kidnapping, torture, and murder shocked the nation. Charles Ung was born in Hong Kong in 1960 and moved to the United States as a teenager. Despite his potential, Ung struggled to fit in and frequently encountered legal troubles, leading to a tumultuous youth. Leonard Lake, on the other hand, was born in San Francisco in 1945. He served in the Marines, which provided him with discipline and skills that would later shape his dark pursuits. After his service, Lake developed an intense obsession with survivalism and apocalyptic fantasies. This fascination drove him to build a remote cabin in California, designed for self-sufficiency and secrecy. When Ung and Lake met, their shared interests in survivalism and dark fantasies forged a deadly bond. Together, their partnership would become one of the most infamous in American criminal history. Between 1983 and 1985, Ung and Lake abducted numerous individuals, taking them to a secluded cabin in Wilseyville, California. There, they subjected their victims to unimaginable torture, often recording their heinous acts on video. The duo's victims included men, women, and children, many of whom were never seen again. Charles Ung and Leonard Lake's methodology was meticulously planned and executed with chilling precision. The duo lured victims to their remote cabin in Wilseyville, California, under various pretenses. Once there, they would overpower and restrain them using drugs and physical force. The cabin, fortified and equipped with soundproof cells, served as a prison and torture chamber for their captives. Ung and Lake meticulously documented their horrific acts, often videotaping the torture and psychological torment they inflicted. They employed a combination of physical abuse, sexual assault, and psychological manipulation to break their victims' spirits. The isolated location of the cabin ensured that cries for help went unheard, allowing them to act with impunity. Lake's survivalist skills and Ungi's military training contributed to their efficient and brutal methods. They were meticulous in covering their tracks, disposing of bodies through incineration or burying them in remote areas. Their cold, calculated approach enabled them to evade detection for a significant period, leaving a trail of suffering and death. The investigation began when Ung was caught shoplifting in 1985. This minor offense led authorities to the cabin, where they discovered a treasure trove of evidence, including videotapes and journals documenting the duo's gruesome activities. The horrifying discovery sparked a massive investigation. Leonard Lake was arrested, but committed suicide while in custody by ingesting a cyanide pill he had hidden in his clothing. Charles Ung fled to Canada, but was captured in 1985. His extradition was prolonged due to Ung's false claims about his nationality, but he was finally returned to California for trial in 1991. Ung employed numerous tactics to delay the trial, including frequently firing his lawyers, changing the trial's location, and even attempting to represent himself. The trial eventually commenced in 1999 and lasted 8 months. After 2 weeks of deliberation, the jury found Ung guilty of murdering 6 men, 3 women, and 2 baby boys, and he was sentenced to death. In 2001, a San Francisco judge also found Ung and Lake responsible for the death of missing auto trader Paul Cosner. Ung is currently on death row at San Quentin Prison in California, with no execution date set as he continues to appeal his conviction. Psychologists described Ung and Lake as having a symbiotic relationship, each feeding the other's sadistic impulses. Their case highlighted the terrifying potential of such partnerships. The story of Charles Ung and Leonard Lake is a dark chapter in American criminal history. Their heinous acts remind us of the importance of vigilance and the need to protect the vulnerable.
If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on true crime and psychological analysis. Remember to stay vigilant, and until next time, stay safe.